my lovely friends, and welcome to Mixed Media Fridays with Miranda and Tuesday. And I am bringing you a layout that's just a little different. I thought about this, like, I was kind of brainstorming what can I do that is super different. And I was thinking about shapes, and I don't know, it just occurred to me that I wanted to go all the way around the page with some sort of color or stencil or texture. So I dug through my stencils and I found this one. I believe it is called Infinity by Die Cuts with a View. And I pulled out my super heavy duty gesso, and I'm just gonna get like all the way around the page with this gesso, except for the center. So I just cut a piece of scrap and placed it in the center of this is not actually white American Crafts cardstock. This is a very old basil paper that is the plain paper that was called out of print. This is the, like they used to do like a plain cardstock of color that matched their patterned paper collections. So I used to buy them both at the same time. So if I got the colored paper pack, I would get the paper pattern paper pack. Blah, blah, blah. And it was by Basic Gray, but Basil made the paper. So what's interesting is Silhouette, which I like to call Psycho Sally. Blah, blah, blah. Say that 3 times fast. Psycho Sally. Yeah, Psycho Sally doesn't like basil paper, so I had a bit of a struggle, but I made it work, and you're going to see what I mean, because I did do some cut files on my Silhouette, and I'm going to add those, and 2 of them work out and 1 of them doesn't. But I had to kind of fussy with the trim work on it because, yeah, Psycho Sally does not like basil paper. Remember that. So you can see how lovely it is. I just love how it turned out. I mean, seriously, like the entire background looks awesome right now, and it's just plain. Now that background paper from Basil is kind of a very, very light taupe. And so it's not white, and I wanted that for a reason, because I didn't want white on white because I really wanted the pattern to show. And then I pulled out some of my shimmers products, which are hues, and I showed you the names of them there. I think they're My Clementine, Grapefruit, well, Blew Me Down is the blue one, and then Crazy Daisy is the yellow. And so if you're looking for a very, very, very subtle color, the hues, I think they're discontinued actually, now that I'm thinking of it. Maybe they are. The hues are very, very light, so you're not going to get a lot of color out of them, and you really have to soak them in water and let them set, and maybe that's why they're discontinued. But anyway, normally I love Shimmers products, but I do struggle with these because they're so light. But that was the effect that I was going for on this page. I wanted very subtle, and you'll kind of see why. I bring in the Midnight Florals collection from Cheeky Studio, which is a bold pop of pink and navy and blue, and I kind of wanted to find a balance, you know, do some light color on the background and then use some heavier embellishments, and you'll see how that works out. But do make sure that you let everything dry in between. This could have been mud very easily, and I do go back and add. The yellow was not working for me very much. I don't know why I pulled in the yellow, honestly. I think it was because I had that little yellow deer head in my stash bowl on my desk, and I said, ooh, it's a picture with me and Bab. And for whatever reason, because Bab's from Michigan, I think of deer heads. He's not a hunter. I know Michigan has nothing to do with deer heads. I'm from the South, so it makes me think up north for some reason. My strange brain. So you are going to see me go back over some of that yellow with some of the clementine and cover most of the yellow up, but a little peeks through, so that's okay. So this did take a while to dry, and I was patient with it. I also pulled out this collection by Cartabella, called Beautiful Moments. I think it's from, gosh, it's got to be 5 or 6 years old. I want to say 2012. But I thought this pink went very well with the midnight florals. And I just wanted something that would kind of, I usually like some sort of solid or something that kind of translates as a solid behind my pictures, and then I go for the patterned paper behind the pictures. And so that's what I'm doing here. I brought in Midnight Florals pocket life cards, and those are the 4x6, and I'm just gonna layer up these little snapshots that I took of me and Bab. And I've been playing with my app Diptych, which I think it's fun to play with, and it'll let you do these little slide type of, you can actually put 4 on a page. So this was actually 4, and I cut it apart so that it makes 2 that looks like little photo strips. But this is just a picture of me and Bab out one evening with friends, and so I'm going to title it appropriately. It's going to be called Weekend Fun. I thought it was going to be called Love, and I did cut this same color basil out and made these little wonky circles. I got them from somewhere, and I ended up joining them together and welding them and making them clusters of 3. And I do go back with my mixed media and color them in. Right now, I am fighting with my little teeny tiny scissors to cut out these centers of the basil, because Psycho Sally did not cut everything the way she was supposed to. But it wasn't as bad as normal, actually. I've gotten to know Sally very, very well, and her and I are on speaking terms that are not like obnoxious or rude or aggressive anymore. We're very, like, since I started Cheeky, we are, you know, we have an agreement. Let's put it that way. So I'm surprised she cut this basil as well as she did. Maybe she's just given up on messing with me. I don't know. I actually, Amanda over at Make Paper Art, she calls hers Batty Betty because, you know, you know, silhouette has its own personality. I don't know how many of y'all feel this way, but I believe there's a consensus that Batty Betty and Psycho Sally are well known in the silhouette community for having some issues. So here I went back and got some of that grapefruit and some of the My Clementine, and I'm trying to add just a little bit more watercolor and messiness to what I cut out of the silhouette. I guess you call them wonky circles. It's late. My throat is dry. I have allergies. Sorry. So, oh, yes, I do go in with some of the fresh squeezed, and that's a coloring, so it doesn't have any shimmer, but it is a beautiful, vibrant orange, and we do have that at the Cheeky Studio shop if you want to go pick you up some. And I'm just kind of dragging through what did not sprinkle so that I get like a variegated color of orange and that light grapefruit color. Just making sure it's dry because they're pretty delicate at this point. And I'm really sad that the love didn't turn out. I honestly, the whole reason the love didn't turn out was because I tried to back it, and you're going to see me fuss with that. And I finally give up. I'm like, whatever, I can't get it to work. So you just got to move on. Oh, here I am adding the My Clementine over the yellow, and it downplayed that yellow quite a bit. So I was happy with that because I don't know. The yellow wasn't screaming my name. It just didn't match the pictures, but or any of the ephemera. I'm not sure why I picked the yellow. So it's nice and dry. I've got my pictures. I'm going to bring in those little cut files and see, I think the love would have been perfect there, but I messed it up. You're going to see how I fix it though. Super easy fix. I take a little bit of a satin light pink thread and I add just a touch of that in a couple of places. And used to, I loved working with thread and I still want to, but it just doesn't look as pretty as I would like. So I'm wondering if I should scrap that idea. I don't know. Like I seem frustrated every single time I do it now. Sorry, Missy. I'm not feeling the love on the thread lately. Now when I sew on my pages, I love how that looks, but just tangled thread doesn't seem to be working for me. I don't know. Oh, so I'm using my score tape here. And I actually printed these photos on presentation paper. I was out of, which reminds me I need to put on my list. I was out of photo paper and I had this old presentation paper from the company that I previously had. And I was like, heck, I'll try that because it says it's for photos and presentations and it worked beautifully. So, and it's cheaper than photo paper, but it has no gloss, none. So, and it probably won't last forever, but I have so many selfies of me and Bab, I'm not really worried about it. I mean, you get to an age where your kids are grown and it's like 4 million selfies of you and your SO. So here I'm taking the Midnight Florals ephemera from Cheeky Studio, and I'm going to pop up that one flower that is in the bottom left. I'm trying to figure out what I want in the upper right, and I kind of play around with some different things, and I end up, yeah, I'm just kind of, I see, and I like that, but it wasn't close enough to the wonky circles. So I tried to move it over and figure out placement, and I like that, but I felt like I needed the other leaf to tie in with the leaves at the bottom. I'm kind of weird like that. So adding another little flower there. I do bring in a flare that was in my stash bowl on my desk, and it says sweet, and it matches the Midnight Florals collection perfectly. I'm pretty impressed because it's light pink. Yeah, it's a little on the purple side, but it works. I mean, I guess not perfect, but it works. So I do have to hold it in place because nothing likes to stick to gesso. And now I'm trying to figure out, what do I do with that word love? Do I find a foundation for it? Do I leave it plain? Because if I leave it plain, I only have 2 clusters, right? And I thought that would look a little bit odd. And so here's my great idea, which was an epic fail. I'm going to take the background paper that I backed my pictures with from Cartabella, and I'm going to stick it on this pink background, and I'm going to try to fussy cut around it. Now at first I was using huge scissors and couldn't get close enough, or was getting too close and then farther away, and I was like, I really need to switch scissors. So then I get my little teeny tiners trim scissors, I mean super tiny, that I use for silhouette, and that didn't work. I mean, it worked, but I didn't like that either. I don't know what it is. It's like the cut file got lost in the background paper, but I wanted to pull in some more of the pink on that side. So, you know, you just got to keep trying things until you decide it works, and that did not work. So that's why it's gone. Now here is my emergency saving grace. So I normally don't dig into my thickers or letter stickers like I should, and I thought, well, I should definitely just decide to do that because I got it, I need to use it. And at first I was going to just put weekends, and then I decided to go with weekend fun. And I just cut that S off. That is the thickers from Take Me Away, and that is Pink Paisley by Paige Evans. So I don't know if you have subscribed to my channel before, but if you would like to, I would love to hear any comments that you have. You can always get notified of videos by clicking on that little bell on the upper right hand corner. I always share cheeky layouts and personal layouts, and occasionally a little cheeky sneaker peeker. What else? There's also a Cheeky Studio YouTube page. You can just search Cheeky Studio. It will come up. Make sure you check out Miranda's take on her Mixed Media Friday. She always does something fresh and different. She tries to do something new every single time. She's so impressive. I gotta hand it to that girl. So I will have her information in the description bar below. I just finished up with some sprinkles from that fresh squeezed shimmers, and these are the close-ups. I mean, I think it turned out lovely, and the hearts are from that Take Me Away collection as well. And I think that's it. I'm going to have still pictures at the end, of course. I'm also going to have information on how you can find me and find Cheeky. And yeah, we do this every other Friday, so I would love for you to be inspired or to make suggestions. If there's something you would like to see with mixed media that I can do, I pretty much have anything necessary to do mixed media, and I would love to try something that you challenge me with. So I will say ta-ta for now, and I appreciate you watching. Bye.